Yesterday we had some snowfall totals. We have upgraded those snowfall totals a little bit and changed in some areas. I'm going to show you that coming up in just a minute because of the evolution of this particular storm system. Right now we have a lot of overcast skies, and the system is going to be moving in just a little bit faster than once anticipated, although much of the rest of the timing is still looking on track. Scattered snow showers could begin this evening. That'll be from 9 p.m. till midnight. And we'll have widely scattered showers off and on throughout the night, and then there'll be kind of a break. Not a complete break from the snow. There'll still be a few spotty snow showers around, but then another burst is going to come in. And I'll explain why that's coming up in just a minute. And that will lead to heavy snow at times. Time frame, maybe 10 to noon is when it's going to really be beginning, and then ramping up in the afternoon, which means that the road conditions are going to worsen throughout the daytime tomorrow. Wind chills are going to dip below zero for some by Wednesday morning. Now, that's after all of this mess comes through. And let's go ahead and get started and show you on radar. They're not picking up anything yet, but it's already entered the state. That's how fast it's moving. So let me widen the view. Back to the west, you can see that big batch of snow. That's the blue color. The pink hues, well, that's a mix, maybe a little sleet, little freezing rain. And they're going to have a sleet and freezing rain event for those in Mississippi and Alabama and maybe extreme northern parts of Georgia. So traveling there going to be treacherous because of the icing. For us, traveling is going to be worse because of the snow piling up. And hopefully the main roadways will continue to be clear. I'm sure TDOT's going to be working diligently on that throughout the day. And we have upgraded the winter storm watch to a winter storm warning. It includes pretty much everybody, and it starts this evening now. It starts at 7 o'clock. So if you have anything you need to do, it's probably best to get it done this evening. Tomorrow morning you may have a window of opportunity, but not much of one. And then the snow is going to come in. And that winter storm warning is going to be through 7 a.m. on Tuesday, so it does last quite a while. Forecast temperatures, it's a big deal because if the temperature is hovering around freezing, we'll mostly get snow because we don't have warm air aloft, and it will be that fluffy type of snow, 1 to 10 ratio. When the temperature is colder, that ratio goes up, which means that for every 1 inch of rain, you could receive more than 10 inches of snow, maybe 15 inches of snow to 20 inches of snow. That's if we get 1 inch of moisture. I'm not trying to scare you saying we're going to get that, obviously. We're not forecasting those extreme amounts, but that just gives you an idea of what happens when the temperature is colder. The snowflake changes its shape a little bit, and it tends to trap air between the flakes as it piles up. So we get more pile. The amount of moisture, liquid moisture, is going to be pretty much the same as we once thought. So the temperature is a big deal. 26 degrees Monday morning. Now it will start to warm up, and we may get up to close to freezing or touch on freezing in the afternoon. But as the snow comes down, that tends to cool the atmosphere more. So temperatures probably won't go up much more than that as long as the track and timing is correct. And yesterday I was thinking 34 max. That could have caused maybe a little bit of slushy type or really wet snow for a couple of hours. But that doesn't seem like it, and that's why snow totals have come up just a bit because of that. Then temperatures start to plummet. We get that Arctic air flowing in, 20 degrees by 7 p.m. Tuesday. Any snow that we get is going to be sticking. Even tonight, as we get a few snow showers, could cause dustings to a ½ an inch of snow because temperatures will be below freezing. At the back half of this, though, there may be a little freezing rain or freezing drizzle before it comes to an end because of a little bit of warmer air aloft kind of gets wedged in at the very end before everything dries up and goes on. But that would just lead to a little bit of a crust on top of the snow. We know that's not fun. Certainly not fun for people playing in it, but also not fun because any icing conditions, you just completely lose control. At least you can have some control on the roads when there's snow. Forecast temperatures get even colder. By Wednesday morning, we're talking about single digits. So it's going to be very, very bitter cold at that point because of the wind too. Now, wind isn't going to be so bad, but when the temperatures get that cold, it really has an impact, and it starts to feel even much more cold. So here are the forecast wind chills. Tuesday morning, they're going to be in the single digits, and then they'll continue to fall. Look at Wednesday morning. We have some cases down below 0 for your wind chills. So that's bitterly cold, and I know kids want to get out and play in the snow and stuff. Make sure that you keep them dry, have waterproofing. You know, when we were kids, we didn't even have waterproof boots or anything, so either we put on the rain boots, the big ones, or we put on a bunch of plastic bags over our socks and then stuck our foot in it so our feet wouldn't get wet. Also, make sure you have the kids cover up most of their skin, if all of it if you can, and wear some thick gloves too, because it gets cold pretty fast. we were kids, we were told, you go outside, because once we got all bundled up and parents put on like 6 layers, and I grew up in the Midwest, we couldn't, once we came back inside, that was it. I mean, we're not going out the rest of the day. So you want to make sure the kids are well warm if they get out in this kind of bitter cold. In the meantime, here's the Futurecast. 9 o'clock is when I stopped it. You see a lot of snow already enveloping the area. Now this may be a little bit broader field than what happens originally, but we are going to get some scattered snow showers from 9 to midnight, and then it turns kind of widely scattered. So somewhat of a break. There may be a few snow showers and a break and a few more and a break until about 10 o'clock. That's when it ramps up again. What's going on is, of course, we have a lot of moisture coming in, but the upper level jet stream, it really controls a lot of what's happening here on the surface. We get this streak or high level winds come over the top of us in the upper reaches. And that causes a positive buoyancy or lift, or vorticity is what we call it, but nevertheless, what it really means is the snow is going to pick up. And you can see it clearly there throughout the afternoon into the evening. Now, by the time the evening rolls around, maybe around 8, 10 to 12, it's going to be scattered snow showers again and start to taper off. And if you notice some pink showing up, there's some indication, again, there could be that little bit of freezing rain or pockets of freezing drizzle briefly before it moves on. And southern counties, you get down toward Monroe, McMinn, Ray, and Meigs, you may have a little bit more of that slushiness. So it's not going to pile up as much, but you're still going to get some snow, just the total's not going to be as high as everybody else. How much snow? Well, here you go. And I colorized the counties a little bit, at least the areas of the counties, to show those different areas that we discuss a lot of times, like the valley, the plateau, the mountains, the upper valley, the lower valley, the foothills, those kind of things. And what's going on here is snow totals are showing 4 to 8, primarily in the central and northern valleys. And that's colorized or bordered colored in that light blue. So that includes Knox County. So we can get as little as 4, but as much as 8. We've had to ramp that up a little bit because of the temperature and the amount of moisture. There may be some isolated spots outside of that range a little bit, but that's the range generally is the way we're looking at. And then the mountain, the ones that are shaded in orange, 3 to 5 inches roughly, and the further south you go, that tends to be closer toward the 3-inch range. And then the green, well, that's the lower valley, and that's showing 2 to 5 inches possible, so as little as 2, as much as 5. I know it seems like a large range, but it's only 3 inches, and that's less than 3/10 of an inch of liquid moisture generally. So it is tough sometimes to get that perfect range, but that's what we're thinking right now. And then we get to the plateau, and that's shaded or outlined in the red color. And that's 4 inches to 7 inches of snow possible there because of where that jet streak is and also where the biggest band of moisture is going to go. From there into the northern part of the valley is the thinking on where the heaviest amount is going to be. So there's your recap for you of the storm system. Just realize the snow roads could be covered, and it'll take a little bit if we get bursts of snow coming down at times to get the roads clear, because they could be plowing them, clearing them, and then boom, you got another inch on the road. So it's best just to do what you can, stay at home, watch the snow happen, and we'll continue to update you. The whole team is on alert now, and we're going to continue to be on alert for the next couple of days because of this. It's not just the snow that's the problem. It's also the bitterly cold temperatures that we're going to receive. And there's some indication now there could be a little more snow deposited if we have some still left that didn't melt by Thursday night and a Friday. Now those totals are a little murky. You're not talking anything about these kind of totals, but just be aware that we have that in the forecast and we'll be watching that closely. And then temperatures will fall again come the weekend to where we'll have lows perhaps down near 10 degrees once again. So winter is here. This is one of the first snows we've had with this amount probably in about a year or so. So we're going to continue to watch it as it evolves. We will evolve our projections just the same and let you know what's going on with the snow totals. You can watch tonight on WBIR at 6, at 11 too, and we'll give you some more updates. Todd's coming in this evening. Tavian's going out. And of course, Becca will be here early in the morning. I think she's coming in at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And Cassie, she's going to be assisting anywhere that we need to. And of course, she'll be here tomorrow as well. Just have a good day, be safe, and hope you enjoy the forecast over the next few days. I'll see you again.